match. Is he about to get one?
Well, that changes everything because the double may well be the bullseye. The bullet is to get a leg on the board. The bullseye pin, though. And Tom Hogan gets his first leg on the board against Connor Scott.
5. He isn't coming back this time. 4 legs to 1 for Connor Scott. That's close to an ideal start. Average-wise, a very similar start to yesterday. In fact, there's only 0.2 of a point between that and his first game yesterday when he won 4-3 against Alex Spellman. So that's his level when he starts, but watch out for his next game because yesterday in his second game, he was over 103. So, Connor Scott goes to 8 points in the table. And now we're going to look to see what James Wilson can do up against Sykes as the top two collide. 4 for James. Can Sykes get it done?
9.
He cannot.
James, you require
Honestly,
4.
this has got so much drama attached to it. It feels like game 15, not game 2.
The agony and anguish on the face of Tom Sykes. He's had chance after chance to complete the job. But it's Wilson who gets over the line in a last leg decider. And how pivotal could those opportunities missed at a double B for Tom Sykes? James Wilson mops his brow. He knows he's got away with one there. And he knows that the 4-point buffer he has over Sykes and Scott could be so pivotal as we get towards the end of the day. It wasn't vintage in terms of the stats and the numbers, but Wilson gets over the line. And at this point of the week, that's the most pivotal thing. Coming up after the break, Alex Spellman and Lee Budgeon, 2 players with big expectations at the beginning of the week. Will they meet in a mid-table battle after this short break?
Budgeon getting a shot at a double for the first time in the game. He is.
Game
and he takes it. That is his
Budgeon.
biggest finish of the week.
Goes bullseye first. Treble 13. This is excellent. Double 16 for 1-2-1 and back-to-back ton plus finishes.
Still got this job to do.
But it is job done for Alex Spellman. He gets his first win on the board. Realistically, he's going to have to go through the card if he's going to make his way through. But that is part 1 of the equation completed. Lee Budgeon with back-to-back ton toppers brought it back to 2-2 from 2-0 down. But then Spellman found another spurt, averaging just under 96.5. 40% on the doubles, much an improvement for the American. So that's the end of round 1. Coming up after the break, Sykes and Scott in a big battle in the race for what looks like second place.
You require 44.
He took advantages of opportunities afforded to him in the last leg.
28.
But he can't motor to the line in leg 5. He is going to come back for 3 more at double 8 to complete the job 4-1. Connor Scott. It might well be a case of having to go back to the drawing board ahead of his next match against James
16.
Wilson.
Might even be another combination of equipment. Double 4. And with his 4th match start, Tom Sykes gets himself a 2nd consecutive win against Connor Scott. It's not over for Connor yet, but things have just become a little trickier because Tom wins that one by 4 legs to 1. And when we go through to round number 3, Sykes is up against Budgeon. It might be a case that Connor needs a favour from him to put Sykes in his place. But for now, Sykes wins that one with the darts by 4 legs to 1.
Lee required 40.
Budgeon is playing the kind of game that we'd expect from him this week. And unfortunately for Tom, he has averaged what we'd expect from him as well. So in the head-to-head battle between these two, it is won by Lee Budgeon. They are not going to get a 6th battle because Tom is not going to return tomorrow. Lee, in fact, still has a chance. With that 4-0 victory, he has taken his leg difference into the plus column, and we may have to start talking about him a little bit more if he beats Tom Sykes in Game 7. That's not that far away, in fact. It will come after James Wilson and Alex Spellman, which is after this. Great score pack here from James Wilson. 3 ton plus throws, 3 140 plus scores, 3 180s. Does he have 4 legs?
Game,
He does.
shot, and the match.
A superb
James
display.
Wilson.
And when you compare that to his first game, he has upped his points in that average by 17. That really is a jump. He's gotten away with his first game, but he dominated the second game, and he's put Alex Spellman out of week number 10. That is a statistical fact now. When we come back, it will be game number 7, where Lee Budgeon will take on Tom Sykes, who is trying to chase down Wilson with that 4-point gap at the top now. Because he goes back to tops instead of going for 10s, or indeed for 5s. 10s again.
Game,
And this
shot,
time he finds
and
it.
the match.
Lee
Tom
Budgeon
Sykes.
is officially eliminated from week 10. He will have 2 more games before we say an official goodbye to him from the building. But Tom Sykes is cock a hoop that he's got the win there. Only way too long to believe anything like that. 50 left. He's not going to go Bull.
Game shot
That's
on the
more
first
like it.
leg. Coniscott.
Needs to do more of that. That's a 15 darter to start things off
James
without
require 80.
relinquishing a chance to the man named Sniper. 2 singles are good.
Game
And the
shot
double
on the
is
fourth
also,
leg.
strangely, you know,
Wilson.
we've got a week this week where you've got someone called Sniper
Fifth leg.
and
It's Thomas
someone
to
who
throw
used to be
first.
called
Game on.
Sniper.
He'll keep up his 100% record in the group. And a
Game,
win
shot,
that should
and the
send
match.
Scott
James
packing.
Wilson.
That looks like that's going to be that now as far as Connor Scott is concerned. He's 4 points adrift, 13 legs adrift of Tom Sykes. As for James Wilson, well, we're going to see the lethal biscuit in Saturday night's final. The Jammy Dodger is going to be in the big party in Portsmouth on Saturday night. A 4-2 victory against Connor Scott with a 92.5 average and 4 of 11 when it came to the finishing. Wilson's name is set in stone. Next up for us, it's Spellman against Vanden Hogan.
Against Steve Farmer at the World Championship. I gave that to my old sponsors, Unicorn, as a present. And they still have it on their wall at their place in Kent, I believe.
Double 19 for 110. Alex Spellman 3-0 to the good.
Spellman.
15 darter. Slip for the first, but then treble double. Smack bang. 3-0
Fourth leg,
leads.
it's Tom to
And
throw
this is a little
first.
bit
Game
more
on.
like the American that we've come to love.
Alex require
For
88.
the match and a 4-1 win. He's got 6 from 88. Tops 2 in hand. For an
Game,
11
shot,
dart leg
and
to
the match.
complete the job
Alex
for
Spellman.
Alex Spellman. And that is more like the Jackal that has done what he has done across numerous circuits. A 4-1 victory for the American, averaging 93.12. Couple of maximums in there and 40% when it came to the finishing. So coming up after the break for Connor Scott, well, he's going to have to win just to keep himself interested. And he's going to have to win big to keep himself interested. He plays Lee Budgeon after this short break. To keep the Sniper in with a chance. To give him the faintest of squeaks. It's double
41.
top. It drags below.
He hits double 10. Mission accomplished. And he hopes for a Spellman win against Sykes.
100.
And then he will
Connie
have to beat
required
Alex
20.
himself.
2 10s. Up for 5s.
Game,
Scott
shot,
does his
and
part
the
of the
match.
equation,
Connor
but he
Scott.
now hopes for favours from Alex Spellman in the next. He beats Budgeon by 4 legs to nil to keep himself in the mix. A tidy performance, 87 the average, 50% when it came to the finishing. He's still there, but just. He needs to hope that Spellman wins. He has to hope that Vanden Hogan wins, and he beats Alex Spellman. But it's Spellman that he needs to claim victory up next, as he takes on Tom Sykes. A win for the Yorkshireman. We know the lineup from Group C heading through to finals night. I
You
actually
require 109.
caught Tom in the corridor and he said, well, it's a 5-hour journey back, so he's trying to make use of every single opportunity like
Game
this.
shot on the
109
first
to
leg.
kickstart
Tom
the
Sykes.
game. A 109, a ton topper, 1-0 he leads, and he's a couple of
Second
legs
leg,
away
it's Alex
now
to throw first.
from tomorrow
Game
night's
on.
final.
Tommy require
Is
132.
For tomorrow night's final. Is it going to be a champagne finish to set himself through? Now, treble 19 leaves a blocked bullseye. Can he find a way through
Game
to pop
shot on
his
the
way
third
into
leg.
tomorrow night's
Tom
final?
Sykes.
A 1-3-2, a champagne finish, and a champagne way to seal it
Fourth
for
leg, it's Alex to
Sykes.
throw for
Missed
required
14
51.
darts at a double in this match. And Tom Sykes can step up now, knowing his place in the final is assured, to get the win to cap it off. Double 16.
Game,
In
shots,
it goes, and
the match,
that is the
Tom
celebration of
Sykes.
relief. He only needed 3 legs, did Tom Sykes, but he's got the win to rubber stamp his place into tomorrow night's final. He's beaten Alex Spellman by 4 legs to 3, and you can see what it means to the Yorkshireman. An 84-82 average, 4 out of 7 on the doubles, 2 ton-plus checkouts. That 1-3-2 sent him there. Having had the bullseye obscured following the 25, he manoeuvred away around it and manoeuvred his way into the final at the expense of Connor Scott, who Spellman plays in his next match. But in the middle of that, we're going to see the jammy dodger, James Wilson, in action. Double 10 for Wilson. Up for 5s.
Game,
In the
shots,
5s to keep his hopes of a perfect group alive. It's now 9 for 9 for James Wilson, and he'll have the opportunity in 2 games' time against Lee Budgeon to become only the 2nd player in Motor Super Series history to complete Group C unhinged and undefeated. He gets the better of Tom van der Hogan there by 4 legs to 3 from 3-0 down. Coming up after the break, it's our last look at Alex Spellman and Connor Scott this week.
You require 170.
In the next leg.
Another one of them. Can the sniper reel in the fish?
Game shot.
That would have been some way to finish, and he
Connor
finds
Scott.
it, does Connor Scott.
Just have to have a chat with Alex, and you've got to YouTube it, mate. I want to watch things like that. Ooh, somebody's got the glue out on the barrel. That was an incredible way of stopping the throw when it wasn't right.
60.
He's not Alex Spellman, he's Tiger Woods. Just have to have a chat with Alex, and you've got to YouTube it, mate. I want to watch things like that. Ooh, somebody's got the glue out on the barrel. That was an incredible way of stopping the throw when it wasn't right.
60.
He's not Alex Spellman, he's Tiger Woods.
Bit of magic from Spellman.
That was remarkable. I haven't seen that for ages.
100.
Yep, I don't want to throw that one. Come here.
Well, Scott's already had a 170 in this match. Could he hit 2 in a game?
60. Connor, you require 170.
Doesn't have to. Isn't going to.
105.
That's the kind of score that Alex wants. Might get even more.
105.
Playing beat the score at the
Connor
minute.
requires 65.
Scott needs double 4.
Game,
And finishes
shots,
with a win.
And the match, Connor Scott.
There you go. Alex's week is over. He did play much better today. And Connor Scott really, really struggled in this group at times. But the tail of the tape, it was good in that game. But it wasn't good enough against the top 2. That's why he's in 3rd spot. He didn't beat James Wilson. He did not beat Tom Sykes. But on this occasion, he has beaten Alex Spellman. And for a 2nd time in 2 days by 4 legs to 3. When we come back, it's James Wilson's chance for history for himself. In his debut campaign in Group C, he's going for the perfect 20 points.
North has done before. And that is to complete the card on both days of Group C.
120.
And he was a dart away from it.
Lee requires 64.
Where have we seen this before? A Yorkshireman having a 3-0 lead. And is then pegged back.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
This is where it starts.
Lee Budgeon.
This goes to show, doesn't it? It's not like match play golf, where you're a couple inches from the cup and you just say, oh, you can have that.
95.
And you take your hat off and you shake the hand. Off you go. Oh, no. We don't have gimmies and darts. It would be boring if we did.
57.
Wilson tiptoeing towards the finishing line again. His average, despite the misses, 9 all told at the double, is still 95, just over 94 and a half.
Amazing when you think about it. What would his numbers have been had he been Just a tiny
59.
bit sharper on the doubles. Of those 9 misses, 6 of them have been for the match.
Well, he's had a few close shaves on the 160 over the last couple of games.
115.
Is this going to be the
require
finish
160.
that seals him the 10 from 10? Not this time.
He's the person who's won from behind at 3-0 down.
100. Lee requires
Twice today.
97.
Having it done to him if Budgeon hits this. Or will James finally get the job done?
57. James requires 60.
2 darts at tots for James Wilson. To do something only Richard North has done before.
Game,
And that's
shot,
to have the
and
perfect
match.
10.
James Wilson.
James Wilson has completed Group C undefeated. 10 games, 10 wins. The Jammy Dodger is a force to be reckoned with at the Super Series. A 93.6 average. 4 from 13 when it came to the doubling. Not even Lee Budgeon could budge. Nobody could get past James Wilson. He has won every single game he has played, and he has announced himself quite considerably on the Super Series stage. We're going to see him tomorrow night. We're also going to watch Tom Sykes on Saturday. He's got one more game against Tom Hogan after the break to conclude Group C's proceedings. 50% on the
20.
finishing, and now looks at double 10 to complete a 4-2 victory. He came so
Game,
close to
shot,
Saturday night
and
last
the
time,
match.
but he's
Tom
going to be
Sykes.
in the big night this time, and he rounds off his campaign with a 4-2 victory against Tom Hogan. Tom Sykes is a Saturday night finalist. He completes his allotted 10 games with a victory, 4-2 against Hogan with a 90.66 average, 4 out of 8 on the doubles. He was the closest competitor to James Wilson at the top of the table. Words are going to go out to Connor Scott, who played his part in the group but just came out short in the end. But it's Tom Sykes who joins James Wilson into the final tomorrow evening here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. He has beaten Tom Hogan in our last game of the day by 4-2.
Yeah, Paul Nicholson alongside me. Only one place to start. James Wilson becomes just the second player in Super Series history to make it 10 wins from 10. Just how mightily impressive is that?
The fact that only 2 people have done it puts it in a whole heap of perspective. James coming here for the first time on Thursday morning probably thought, I'm not really sure what to expect. But the fact that he's done this, it just goes to show that he does still have it.
Yeah.
And not that that was in any doubt, but sometimes you've got to do it to just prove it to yourself.
And even more impressive because, as I mentioned to James, so often here at the Super Series, once someone's booked their place in finals night, we do see their level drop off quite significantly. They so often go on and lose subsequent matches, but there was no sign of that from him.
Not at all. I think the intensity that he had internally was controlled, and his ability to perform on finals night, I don't think they'll come under any question. He just wanted to put that statement out in every game, even when he was safe. He didn't look like he took his foot off the pedal at all. He looked like the same James Wilson as Game 2, Game 3 yesterday. He had a job to do, and it was a very professional way of doing it, as if to say, I might never, ever lose here.
Yeah, he had a job to do. Tom Sykes had a job to do as well. He needed 3 legs in his match. We're going to see a sublime 1-3-2 checkout for him to get that 3rd leg that he needed in his match against Alex Spellman to book his spot in finals night. Do you think he knew that that's all he needed?
No, because when he got his 4th leg, it was very different. But look at where he's thrown that from.
Yeah, amazing.
I can say that looking at the hockey that's right next to us right now, where he's gone to, he's probably thrown that from about, I said 8 feet at the time. I'm going to increase that by about 3 inches. That was about 8'3". That's a long, long shot. And he hit it without hitting his own dart. That was one of the most accurate darts he's ever thrown.
Yeah, really, really impressive. Well, did he know that all he needed was 3 legs? Let's find out now, because he's chatting to Henry Deacon.
Tom, job well done. It felt like you had unfinished business of the Super Series after last time, but you right the wrongs of last time out.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I played well this week so far, but I got the job done in the end, so I'm happy.
Was the key for you digging in times?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I played all right in some games, and then other games, like you say, I have to dig it out, and I think I've done that pretty well today.
Let's talk about the 1-3-2 to win that third leg against Alex Spellman. 3 legs was enough in that game to send you through. Did you know that at the time?
Yeah, I asked before. I said, "Am I through yet?" And he says, "Yeah." Well, you're basically through, but you need a couple more legs. So when I got to 3-0 up, I don't know what happened. My head seemed to fall off a bit, but I got there in the end and I got the win. All I was thinking was just get the win and you're through. So yeah, I got there in the end.
What on earth are you thinking about that bullseye? Because that looked completely blocked following the first 25.
I'll be honest, I didn't know you saw me on the screen there, check to see if it were in, because I didn't know if it were in the bull or the 25. So, but I thought as soon as I hit the treble 19, I'm not bad at doing stuff like that. I'm not bad at switching and moving across and hitting shots. So, yeah, thankfully it went in. So, yeah.
You've won a belt here on a Saturday night before, but how much would you like to win the main event here on the Saturday evening?
Yeah, it's what everybody comes here for, isn't it? You've got to play well to win one of these, and I don't feel like I've played well just yet, but hopefully it comes up tomorrow night.
And possibility of your good mate Chris Quantock in the fire. You two got a bit of unfinished business, haven't you?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Well, I hope I don't play him, to be fair, because he owes me one from last time. So, yeah, we'll see.
We wish you all the best tomorrow. Tom, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, great to hear from Tom Sykes there. I think he was a little hard on himself, said he hasn't really played well yet. I disagree.
I disagree as well. However, that's encouraging, isn't it? If he doesn't think that's playing well, what does he think he's going to do? And we know that he's been playing pretty well over the last 4 or 5 months. But what he's already done is broken his own little glass ceiling of what happened last time was not going to happen again. Now that he's in Saturday, he's definitely looking forward.
Yeah, let's have a look then. Confirmation of the Group C league table. James Wilson, of course, finished top, having won all 10 of his matches. Tom Sykes on 16 points is the runner-up. And what a stacked Group C it was. We said it before a dart was thrown in this group. Connor Scutt finishes third in the end, but Alex Spellman, 6 points to take away from this one. But the main positive for him is that he played significantly better, more consistently today.
Yeah, I think so. That lateral drift just didn't seem to come into things at times. And I think towards the end of his campaign there, he really was starting to just enjoy playing. He'll go back now, he'll have a rest, and then look at the tournaments that he's going to play over the next 2 or 3 months. And his schedule, I'm sure, will be littered with success.
For Tom van den Hogan, it can be quite discouraging to lose all of your Group C matches. What do you hope he takes away from this?
You learn more from losing than you do from winning. So he's learned an awful lot. It's as simple as that. He'll go back to the Netherlands. He'll go back to what he does, start from scratch. But if he gets back here, he'll be more prepared than he ever was.
And just finally, we're back in action, of course, at 9:45 tonight for the conclusion of Group B. Kurt Parry currently leads the way, having won all 4 of his matches last night. What are you expecting from that group tonight?
I'm expecting Kurt Parry to get through fairly quickly. And there's going to be a melee behind him. Quantock, Webster, Van Bezien, even Lonsdale, they can all get 2 of those spots, but I do expect the Welshman to top the group.
Yeah, excellent stuff. We're really looking forward to tonight's Group B action. Can Kurt Parry himself over the line and into finals night? Make sure you join us from 9:45 to find out.
How much of this does Kurt Parry get? It's down to the double. And it's there.
Shot and the match. Kurt Parry. Game shot
Very quick and very good.
Kurt Parry.
That's the department.
Game
When he
shot
gets
the
it
second
right,
leg.
my word, it's
Kurt
good to
Parry.
watch.
This is awkward.
Game shot
Wow,
the
what a
third
dart
leg.
that is.
Kurt Parry.
Double 16.
Game
Well, there you
shot
go.
and the match.
That really
Kurt
is
Parry.
quite spectacular.